What's good, y'all? It's Godspulla back again with another video. Um, yeah, with Welcome to Derry recently having its first episode premiere on HBO Max, I think this is the perfect time to go through the It series. Um, I debated if I wanted to do the mini-series movie, then I decided against it. I might do it later on, even though even though I do like the miniseries movie, mostly because Tim Curry is amazing as Pennywise, but I digress. Um, but I decided I'm just gonna do the more modern versions of It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. And then maybe, like, I've never reviewed a TV show on my channel, so maybe I will review Welcome to Derry when the season's over. And, yeah. But here we are today. It Chapter 1. I I don't even know where to start with this film because this film is really, really good. Um, the the over the top scares. It's a movie cliche where there's jump scares and stuff. But the thing is, in this instance, your stereotypical jump scares make sense because it or Pennywise has to scare these kids, get them scared so it seasons the meat for him when he eats them. So it's like it there's there's relevant reasons why there should be jump scares. So like yes, there's way more jump scares than there should be, but for the character of it makes sense that it doesn't. So, yeah. The cinematography of this movie is really good. Um, this. I forgot how good this movie did when it came out. It literally. I'm pretty sure it was like 700 million in the box office. And we're talking 2017. We're talking when Avengers Infinity War came out. It's competing with them, a horror movie. A horror movie. And to my knowledge, the only thing that's come close is Halloween 2018. But even that's like 400 million behind in the box office. So it's like this for a horror movie. This blew the world, blew everything out of the water. But the thing that some people actually forget is that the year previous, 2016, was when the clown epidemic was happening. A bunch of people were dressing up as creepy clowns and just stalking, being weird, being creepy. So it's like, was that part of this film's marketing? The thing is, this film didn't even need it. Because I'm pretty sure this film would have did really well. Even if. So, but that's just a thing I thought I had to mention. Because with that whole thing going on in the background, it's just like, it just makes you think. Was it planned? Was it a I can't speak. Plebis, I'm not even gonna attempt to say the word. It was a publicity stunt. There we go. There we go. I gotta. There we go. But yeah, it seemed to me that's what it was, but I don't even think it needed it. But what I should go into next is the acting of this movie. And for what it is, it was fantastic. But of course, I have to highlight the star of the show, Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård killed it. I mean, Tim Curry's Pennywise was really good for different reasons. Just like how Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise is good for different reasons. So it's like, they both are really good for their own separate reasons, but here's the thing with Bill Skarsgård. He brings a more, it's a different interpretation of the character of Pennywise than what Tim Curry did in the miniseries. So it's like, yeah. So that is something I have to point out, because most of the faces he makes, some of it is actually him. It's not effects, like especially when he does the eye thing. That's him. He can do that on his own. And the way he smiles, it's so creepy. It's unnerving. And fun fact, the kid actors were not allowed to see Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise until they were actually going to shoot the scene with them. So that first scene when they're all together, it got their genuine reaction when he was being really scary. So that in of itself was cool. I think that move was, I think it was a good move. So it was like it wasn't just them acting at that point. That was their authentic reaction, which really made it better. So yeah. Now, here's what I will say is this big difference between the miniseries and this. The miniseries, it would always flash back. We would meet the adult characters. It was, we would just connect all the dots eventually. But this is completely the kids, and that's it. So, essentially, that's one major difference. Oh my. I don't even know if I should discuss this next part. I can only delay it for so long, but I'm going to continue to delay it. Okay. Yeah, so other than that, and to be fair, the way should they have like done what the book did and what the miniseries did and just did the flashback thing? I don't know if it would have worked. So I think I liked how they did it here. Of course, in chapter 2 we would get the flashbacks, but that's for chapter 2. So, before I give this movie a final rating, I have to address the elephant in the room. What the miniseries and of course this one had to cut out. The weird orgy in the sewer. Yeah. This is a thing that's actually written in book form in detail by Stephen King. So, this obviously was not going to translate to screen because we're not watching children have sexual intercourse. That's just bad, very bad. We shouldn't know. I it boggles my mind for so long that was actually in the book. But Stephen King did come out later to say that most books he made, he was under the influence of cocaine and all that jazz. So it's like, yeah, that is kind of a relief that like he was in a different stratosphere when he was making these books. But I like, it's one thing if you want to make it the part of their trauma, of the kid's trauma, but actually showing and describing it, that is just disgusting. It's insane that it was 12 pages too. How can you go for 12 pages? That's just so disturbing. But, whew. Well, I guess I gotta give a final rating for this. I have to, with this being really, really good, I have to, and there's no way in good faith I can not give this anything below an 8, 8.5 out of 10. The cinematography, the acting, there's not really much flaws you can point out in it, other than like the cliche jump scares, but it actually makes sense. It's not there to just be there. The creature has to, the demon god thing has to scare it. Like, that would be the only thing you could reach for. The only major negative I could say is that every character besides the main cast are insufferable. And I get that's like Pennywise's influence and all that. He makes the town like not know it's him, and he makes them assholes. So like, you gotta be, if you're adapting a book of where, to be fair, in the book they're way worse, 100%. So yeah. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a bit for It Chapter 2.